I go by the name of G5 like this. She got a nigga like ass fat like walk him down like pack loud like stay dangerous. Call it what you want, Ben Frank. Fuck something. Put your hands on that table, don't break, baby. Do it with no hands, she ain't even gotta touch nothing. I'm tryna make the bitch leave, but she keep coming. Chop it ass, chop it down, yeah, I'm on that. I'll walk them down, make them run that.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and channel subscribers. How y'all doing? I'm Lex King. This is at Sonoma Raceway. This is SpeedSF Trackday, and we doing it up. Got some students today, doing a couple lead follow laps, but after that, if all things work out, we're gonna tear away. We're gonna try to do some fast lap times to see if these V730s match up with the Falcon 660s. I wonder about that, but we're gonna find out today. This is the track 4, but let's see if we can match that with the V730s and maybe go a little bit faster. It's kind of cool right now. Somebody's black flagged. The session after I get these students out of here might be a little bit warmer. I would probably have a better time at it right now, but like the last time, I set that time in the afternoon, so let's just see if all conditions are the same, if I can do the same damn thing. A pit spot, and actually next to one of my old drift homies, Marcus Fry. He's got his car out here looking wild as ever. It is actually really damn fast. He does all of his own work, gets it all put together, built at his shop. Quite a huge contrast of cars between the two of them, but do all drifters defect to grip racers? That's a huge question.
I mean, I like being in the car longer.
There is a huge fact, yes.
Oh, and plus, when I'm done making a run, it's not broken.
And we're not changing tires after about 4 or 5 runs.
No, I can get out and be lazy. It's great.
Just drop the tire pressure, go a little slower. So yeah, so it's a good day out here. We're gonna have some fun. It's gonna be a little warmer a little later in the afternoon, but it's gonna be a great day. So I'll take the jacket and the beanie off and I'll meet y'all in the car. Damn, it's a nice cool ass day at Sonoma Raceway. It's gonna be about 90 degrees today. I was just on this track a couple days ago on the motorcycle. We take that access over there. This is my favorite layout of Sonoma. It's incredibly fast. It's very windy. It is absolutely, oh, there it goes. I've never seen a flag person there. It is absolutely the fastest, most flowingest track ever. And obviously, everybody swears it's dangerous because of the walls surrounding the entire track. So since I have my students with me and we're kind of walking around the track at a low pace, let me give you a walkthrough of what Sonoma Raceway is like. This is technically a 12-turn course. You head up the hill through 1 right here. Meet the corner right here, roll out over the curve in 2. It's always fun. Jacks the car a little bit, take it right to the apron. Head down into the bowl. This is turn 3. Very heavy suspension load as you come up over the hill to get light. Come over the hill, reach the outer edge. Depending on your car, brake right here, let off, roll down. This one gets you very agricultural, as you can see how all of those tire marks has graded the course. Very fast right-hander here. As you come up over this huge crest, this is the start. 77, windows down. As we come into the very, very swooping carousel, right here at the edge takes you right out to the drag strip. This is the backside of the drag strip. This is the runoff. But we're using it to run down into one of my favorite segments, turn 7. Hard on the brakes here at this signage. Let off before flag tower and dive down into this double apex. Flat out on exit. Roll straight to the edge. Straight line these 2 corners here. Hold tight over the line and then start turning. Turn in deep on this one. This one goes over crest, which loads the suspension and then unloads it to the edge. You also cannot see that course edge and you just stay flat out here. We got students, so I'm going to give them a little break just so they know where to brake at, and we roll right into the danger part. Because this one, you go off, you bounce off walls. You make it wrong, you bounce off walls. This is such a great damn track, and it's turn 11. You can ruin your whole lap here. You can drop off all of your progress here. But if you drive it real good, right out to the wall, and as you wrap around this corner here, that completes a lap of Sonoma Raceway.
If you come in too quick, too early, or too late, you're going to run out of road right here. This is why it's very important to make sure the car gets twisted, and then you're looking out this way as opposed to out over here, because you run out of road very quickly.
track day. This ain't a race. It's an interesting type of day today. I don't know what went on the last time at Thunder Hill, but it sounds like it's got a broken axle or something's going on. Either axle or diff. Still driving and producing power, but it's producing some noise too. It's really hot though. The car gets hot. I did probably about 7 or 8 laps. We got 15-minute sessions, short sessions. I wasn't counting, so we probably did about 7 laps or so. I did notice that the car was getting a little bit warm, so I wanted to pull in, but there was a car that died in pit lane, so I had to stay out and do about 2 more, maybe 3 more laps than I wanted to. Everything is still good. I just drove the car around. It cooled right off, no problems, but it's just something I noticed. I need to update the fan systems in there, change the spark plugs and the oil next before I even hit Laguna Seca. So we're gonna figure that one out. And other than that, everything is really solid. So let's see how these V730s are looking after a couple of laps. V730s looking pretty good. Really good grip. We started the day 26 PSI. So first thing this morning, I get up and I put the car in the air, because yesterday at the track, I was hearing and feeling something, and it was blowing me, yo. I'm like, fuck, there's something wrong with the car. There absolutely was something wrong with the car. It's what, like 8 something right now. Got the car up, you know, inspected stuff. The thing that this car has been is trouble-free, worry-free, pretty much maintenance-free. That's not always a good thing. I absolutely never touch this car. I just cut it on and drive it. I load it, I unload it, and I whoop it. And I load it and unload it and put it back at the house. It's my stupidity because of how comfortable I am with this car just working, not having a problem all the time. I already told y'all earlier this morning, I found some things, but I want to come clean and talk about it. And it's nothing crazy. So just because this car is so reliable and so trustworthy every time I get in it and drive it, it has afforded me to never be concerned with it, never touch it. As I was driving the car, well, let's rewind back to Thunder Hill. I let Joe drive the car. When I got the car back, this front tire was flat. Now, I put air in it when I got home. Tire held air all the way till yesterday. Still held air. I dropped my tire pressure to about 26, and then I go hit some laps on the track. As I was hitting some laps, you know, things are coming up, things are sounding a little bit different, and I was about to go out on my last session, and I figured, well, I set the tire pressure to 26 when I started the day. Let me check tire pressures to see what they are now. This tire was down to 19 PSI. Come to a conclusion. The part of the tire that's so good because it's soft, I think it pulls from the bead and it releases air. I do believe that this tire will require a higher PSI, a higher tire pressure. Might move to 29. That was one thing. The next thing though, and I'll let you hear this sound. This is me driving out to the last session. That's a concerning, crazy sound. That sound to me caused all kind of things to be going through my head. I had no idea what was going on, and it started to get worse and worse and louder and louder. See if the diff holds up this whole session. It sounds really gnarly right now. So I thought transmission is going crazy. Diff probably going crazy. Axle probably going crazy. That was none of the above. It was literally the lug nuts. Every single lug nut was loose except for one. Boy, do y'all know how concerning that is when you're going around turn 10 at about 115, let alone all the other corners, but turn 10 is the scariest because the wall's right there. There's nowhere to go. So that's what I found. Now, here's the thing. It's not It is, but it's not. It's not negligence in that way. I think what happened was when I was putting on, and this is what I'm saying, it is negligence, but it's not negligence. When I was putting on my wheels after I got all my tires changed, I'm zapping everything with my impact. Impact works fine until the battery gets low. Makes the same sound. If you zapped everything, wham, you hear the same impact noise. When the battery gets low, you hear the same impact noise, but it puts less torque on it. All my other wheels are fine, all 3, except for this one. 4 out of the 5 were loose. And as I'm going down the carousel, that vroom sound is getting louder and louder. And as I'm getting in the mix of the battle with that Camaro, I said, fuck it, abort, and I got off the track. Good thing I did. I don't think I would have lasted another lap. I lived to see another day, but what's wild is just the fact that it's like, damn, that could have been really, really, really fucking bad. And I did have a thought like, man, I should check my lug nuts, but I was like, it's an axle. And I'm texting Jeff like, Jeff, we need to get an axle or rear end in this car. I literally could have saved my ass by checking my lug nuts like I had already intended, instead of ignoring my thoughts. Never ignore your thought process, man. Jacked the car up in the air, got it all put on the jack stands, and I started running through checking things and instantly found that it was the lug nuts. You know, it gives you a little bit of relief, but damn. Other than that, I'm gonna keep the car in the air. I've already done the oil, changed all the oils, changed the fluids, so that's good. That's capped off and that's ready to go. Went around nut and bolting everything. I'm gonna nut and bolt the car to death. I don't need the car for another 2 weeks. We're doing Laguna Seca with the homies. Actually, I just got done getting my homies Miata bucket seat in it and got him helped out, set up. He just has to put in his roll bar and he's done suspension. He's good to go. My other homeboy's got his Mustang together and good to go. That's the other thing, is like, man, I want to get in this axle and get everything done so I can go to the track with the homies. And I was thinking I was about to be a huge ordeal, and it wasn't. It was just slight negligence. Slight negligence because the car is so fucking reliable. So anyway, I'm gonna do spark plugs, nut and bolted everything, and I'm gonna get a fan, a radiator fan that's gonna pull crazy and probably keep the car too cold, but I'm gonna get it just because I want a whole new fan set up on this car, because I don't want to run into any heating issues. This thing, I think the fan speed stays on low. It doesn't go high anymore, and that has allowed the car to get warm. It was getting warm yesterday after about 8 laps of running hard. It was about 90 degrees yesterday, so maybe about 110, 120 on track, and we don't want that. Laguna's typically pretty cool, but still, again, we don't want that. So I'm gonna keep the car on jack stands, nut and bolted, make sure everything checks out, make sure everything's good to go, because typically, dude, this car has been so fucking reliable, I haven't even had to touch it. I haven't had to do anything to it. That's a great thing, but it's a bad thing, because obviously with wear and tear, things happen and get loose. So it's always good to nut and bolt the car. So like I said, this video didn't have much track driving in it because, one, I got pissed off about something somebody did earlier in a driver's meeting.
Once again, fairly tight.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yes.
What you just telling everybody is going to allow the front end to pop up and lose the traction that you gain in braking, and it's going to cause understeer. You actually have to blend steering and braking to be able to get the car to turn and fluid.
I don't want them blending inputs because this is not the screw. Yeah.
But you're creating an understeer, which is going to cause them to run off the track into the dirt at the exit of 4.
I hear you, but I disagree.
And then 2, the Camaro pissed me off because he dive bombed me for no fucking reason, just to be super slow in front of me. And then 3, I started hearing noises and I figured, put it up, I'm going home, I'm over it. Good call. Other than that, man, it's an amazing looking Sunday, and it's actually really cool. It was 90 degrees yesterday, which was outrageous, and I was fully uncomfortable when we got home, but I'm chilling today. We got the blinds open, windows open, nice, good, sunny, chilly vibe going through the house, so I'm loving it. So with that, I'm gonna give y'all 2. I'm gonna go back to kicking it, and I'll see y'all next week. We're gonna do some drifting. I gotta get the trailer reloaded with everything, and we're gonna go do some drifting there. Sonoma Raceway. It's not Sonoma Drift. It's No Name Drift Day. It's still the same people, but whole different vibe. We're gonna do it on the weekends. So we're gonna go check that out. I'll see y'all next week, and then after that, back in this thing for Laguna Seca with the homies. I'm out.